Homeschool math curriculums can cause you to question all of your life choices, or at least your ability to homeschool well. Whether you are a math genius or feel like you are just scraping by, let's talk homeschool math curriculums. I confess this is not my favorite subject, especially as I get into the older grades and I can't remember anything. But math is necessary, and so we need to do it. One of the best things about homeschooling is that we get to tailor curriculum for our individual kids. And one of the hardest things about homeschooling is that we get to tailor curriculum for our individual kids. There can be a lot of trial and error to find the right curriculum for your tribe. Sometimes you can find the right curriculum right away, but other times it takes testing and sampling. You can follow all the trends, pick the homeschool math curriculums that everyone is raving about, and it just doesn't work for you. But here's the good news. There is homeschool math curriculums out there that will work for you. After all my years of homeschooling, we've tried a lot of different math programs. So this podcast is all about homeschool math curriculum, what we've used, and to help save your sanity as you pick curriculum. Hello, Rebel Moms, and welcome to the Life Unboxed podcast. I'm Jody, the mom, wife, homeschool mom of 6, and successful mom entrepreneur. And I am bringing you information and inspiration on raising kids, running a business, and keeping your sanity. You can find the episode show notes, Rebel Mom checklist to help you homeschool confidently, tools to make your work from home life easier, and much more information at lifeunboxed.blog. Now let's get into the show. Okay, is your homeschool math curriculum failing you? And this can happen with any subject, but I think math and science is where it happens the most often. Math has a special way of making everyone cry before noon. It can become a daily battle, and you start to doubt yourself and lose your patience, because we're just being real right now. So math can quickly be the subject that drains your confidence and your sanity. But struggling with math doesn't mean you're failing. More often than not, it simply means your curriculum isn't a good fit, even if it's the one everyone recommends. So Singapore math is a curriculum that I've heard rave reviews about. I have friends who use it and absolutely love it. We used it our first year of homeschooling, and I felt like I was going to melt down. Okay. It just didn't work for us. There might be homeschool math curriculums that your best friend loves and you despise with every fiber of your being. And that's okay. We homeschool to tailor curriculum for our kids, not our friends' kids. If your homeschool math curriculums are failing you, then let's talk about curriculum that works for real families, where moms work from home, kids learn at different speeds, and sanity matters. And yes, you can change your homeschool curriculum mid-year. It's allowed, I promise. It's a good thing. If it's not working, change it. Okay. So there are a few things that I always look for in a homeschool curriculum. It has to be easy to use, easy to be independent, and the instructions are clear. And I don't think I'm asking for a lot here. Not all homeschool math curriculums are created equal. Some seem designed to break a parent's spirit. Yes, I've used that curriculum too, but you don't have to. Let's avoid the frustration of picking the wrong math. So here are a few things to look for. Make sure the instructions are in the student book or there are videos. The important thing is that kids can find the steps to the problem without asking you all the time. This also helps to teach them to be independent learners. You want the instructions student-facing. You want to include regular reviews without drowning your kids in repetitive problems. If the review is too much, it can lead to burnout and frustration on your part. Your kids got the concept last week and now they can't do it. I was that student. There was so much repetition in my math, I was just burned out and just done. The homeschool math curriculums should always be designed for independent learning. This is always at the top of my list. If you are homeschooling multiple grades and working from home, independence is a requirement. It will also build your child's confidence and responsibility over time. Okay, so mastering math versus spiral. There are basically two methods of teaching math, mastery and spiral. Neither is inherently better, but one may work better for your kids or work better for one child and not for the other two. Yes, that happens. Mastery based math focuses on one concept at a time until it sticks. Students practice a skill thoroughly before moving to the next topic. This approach works well for kids who learn through repetition. The spiral approach constantly reviews concepts while introducing new ones. Skills reappear regularly, which supports long term retention. And this approach works well for kids who thrive off learning new concepts while reviewing old ones. Okay, so here are 9 homeschool math curriculums for any grade. And these are my recommendations in no particular order. Math UC. We have used this for lower elementary and high school. There is a video lesson and then a worksheet. The video lessons are usually very short, focusing on one concept, and the worksheets usually have 15 questions on them for the upper grades and 10 questions for the lower grades. This is my go-to curriculum for kindergarten through second grade. For homeschooling kindergarten through second, I will piece the curriculum together, and in third grade, we switch to an all-in-one curriculum. Math UC is a mastery-based curriculum. The second one is Abeka. So most of my kids have used Abeka Academy for third grade and up. The math is more traditional. It will remind you of being in a classroom, but the kids learn a lot. There's always a learning curve when I switch them from Math UC to Abeka Math, but it is one that they've easily overcome. So Abeka Math uses the spiral learning approach. Mr. D Math. So this is one of my favorite math courses to recommend for high school math because it's online. While we haven't used the specific math courses, my kids have taken other courses from Mr. D Math and enjoyed them. So if you're struggling with high school math, because you can't remember any of it, then check out Mr. D Math. And Mr. D Math is mastery based. IXL. While this isn't a full curriculum, it's designed to enhance what you're already using. And it is a great way to reinforce concepts that kids can do independently. My youngest enjoys using it every day. She gets on it herself. And it isn't always easy balancing work from home and homeschooling. So I use IXL as a tool to help with that balance. It is mostly spiral. However, it is intended to be an adaptive skill-based platform so kids can jump around the various skills. Number 5, CTC Math. This is another online learning platform that we've used, and I like it because kids are completely independent and it grades for you. So that's always a win. The only drawback I found was how they teach the circumference of a circle, and I'm telling you, I thought I was losing my mind. So we ended up changing math curriculum when we reached that point. The explanations weren't clear. What I've heard, because my sister used it, and when they got to that point, she dug deeper into the issue. So this is what I've heard from her: is the math problems are intended to use pi beyond 2 decimal places. So as we were taught, pi is 3.14, but I believe they use it until the 6th decimal place or something like that. So this wasn't clear in the lessons, and I was getting so frustrated with it because I am doing the equation. I'm like, I know I am doing this right. I remember how to figure out the circumference of the circle, and my answer is still wrong. So anyway, we changed homeschool math curriculums at that point. But if you want an online program, I thought until that point it was great, and we used it. And now you know once you hit that point what you need to look for. So CTC Math is a mastery based approach, and students work through the lessons at their own speed and focus on understanding concepts. Sorry, it's a mastery paced approach, because the students can work through their lessons at their own speed and focus on understanding concepts. Number 6, teaching textbooks. While we've never used teaching textbooks, I have a friend who uses it and raved about it. So I thought it was worth a mention. It is a math app, so it is available wherever you go, and it also keeps grades for you. That is another big win in my book. They do offer a free trial. And especially with online programs, I love trying the free trials, and I don't try them. I have my kids try them and kind of work through them as if it was their typical curriculum for however long the trial is. And you really get a feel for curriculum taking advantage of those trials. So teaching textbooks is a spiral-based approach. It introduces new concepts and regularly revisits old ones. Number 7, Saxon math. This math has been around forever. This is what I used when I was homeschooled. In my junior year of high school, I went to the local community college and took a college level math class. The teacher told me that I had the highest grade of the class, and I don't even like math. But this more than prepared me for college level math. On the other hand, my sister hated this math. She calls it the drill and kill because there is so much repetition in it. I did try this for one of my kids, and it wasn't a good fit. It is one of those homeschool math curriculums that you're going to really love or really hate. It is a rigorous curriculum, but it is very repetitive. When I used it, I had to convince my mom that I did not need to do every problem, that it was okay to do every other math problem. And when she finally relented, it was so much better. So please don't if you use Saxon, don't make your kids do every problem. I beg you, don't. And so Saxon math is also a spiral-based learning approach. Number 8, BJU math. This is another math that I haven't used, but my sister has used the online math program and liked it. It is the best of both worlds. You get the online teaching as well as the textbook. I really like online math courses, especially for the upper grades. It is a reality that I cannot spend hours helping my kids understand these complex concepts. It is also a reality that I don't remember most of my high school math because I've never used it since high school. So BJU is more spiral based with built-in review rather than strict mastery. And number 9, Life of Fred. This is a unique math program. I've used it to supplement some of our algebra curriculum. My child who used it said it helped him to grasp the concepts better. It is a complete math program. I just haven't used it that way. The curriculum takes an informal approach and is designed to engage students in a fun narrative without repetitive drills. So if your student is struggling with traditional math curriculum, then this out-of-the-box one might be the perfect fit. So Life of Fred is mostly spiral-based. The best homeschool math curriculum is the one that fits your real life, not someone else's Instagram homeschool. Consider your load. Be honest about how much daily involvement you can realistically give. A curriculum that requires constant one-on-one teaching may not be sustainable long-term. Choosing a program that supports independence can dramatically improve consistency and reduce stress. When you're teaching multiple kids, easy becomes paramount. Curriculums that share a similar structure across grade levels make planning easier and days smoother. Your comfort level with math matters. A curriculum that supports you as a teacher will lead to better outcomes for everyone. It is okay to outsource subjects that you struggle to teach, don't like to teach, or don't have time to teach. So tell me, what's your favorite homeschool math curriculum? Drop a comment below because we're all about helping each other out in this podcast. So thanks for listening, and be sure to check out lifeunboxed.blog and download your Rebel Moms checklist. Happy homeschooling and working from home, and I will see you next time.